Namaste. My name is Uwe Zimmer. I'm International Meditation Master. Today I want to speak about the collapse has already started. Why we are getting smarter at scrolling and dumber at living. The data that shock me. Recent global studies on intelligence show a staggering decline over the last 20 years. We are losing IQ points. Critical thinking is eroding. The ability to focus, analyze, and question the very skills that build civilization are fading. This is not a coincidence. Things is over. And we see it. No? The politicians can do what they want. No? The timeline machine exactly when social media took over our lives. This means when Google and Facebook and so on started to get addicted, critical thinking stopped. No? The addiction machine. The West did it before. In the 19th century, opium was forced into China to weaken the nation through addiction, making the population docile, exploitable, and controllable. And this was the horrible time of China. And China will never forgive that. Today, we did it to ourselves. We handed our attention to corruption that profit from distraction. Every notification, every algorithm, every infinite scroll is engineered to keep us hooked. If you train your muscles, they grow stronger. If you don't, they atrophy. The same is true for your brain. What you don't use, you lose. He who rests, rusts. The multitasking myth. We're bragging about multitasking. We say we can handle it all: work, social media, news, message, all at once. But the science is clear. Multitasking destroys depth. When you divide your attention, you get shallow results. Compare that to deep, focused thinking on one subject. The difference is staggering. A squirrel is a multitasker. It constantly scans for danger, snacks, and movement. It never goes deep. It survives, but it never creates. Now look at a mobile phone addict. Tell me, what is the difference? We are training ourselves to think like squirrels, and we are surprised that we are not building cathedrals anymore. One deep hole versus 1,000 shallow holes. If you want to find water in a desert, you have two options. Dig thousands of shallow holes, find nothing. Dig one deep hole and reach water. And that is missing. Today we dig shallow holes everywhere. We skim articles, we watch short videos, we hop from topic to topic. Now comes it. Albert Einstein said, "It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer." But I stay with the question much longer. Okay, we no longer stay with question. We move on to the next distraction before the first question is even fully formed. Okay. The piano and the government. Imagine a piano in your room, beautiful, powerful, capable of creating masterpieces. Now imagine the government tells you you are not allowed to play it. The piano becomes useless. Your intelligence becomes useless. Who benefits from a population that cannot think critically? They have done it with the Chinese. They experience in that. No? That destroyed the greatest society in the world with opium. Politicians who waste our money on useless wars, corporations who sell us products we don't need, elites who want obedience, not questions. Oh, the rich are getting richer and richer, and all the other people get poor. Oh. Distraction is a perfect tool for control. A sleeping population does not rebel, it scrolls. And then comes, love died, God died, the phone killed both. 20 years ago, we scrolled every 40 seconds. Today, it's every 4 seconds. Our attention span is collapsing, and with it, our ability to love. Can a narcissist love someone who is addicted to a mobile phone? No, love requires presence, it requires patience, it requires deep listening, not the kind where you're not with checking notification. Oh. And what about God? Google has replaced prayer. The algorithm has replaced the divine. We don't contemplate the mystery of existence, we Google it. The death of partnership. Okay. The statistics are brutal. Statistic 1950 and today. Women married, 78% of the women were married. Now it is 47%. Average marriage age was 22. Today is 28 and more. Single dating from 20 to 30 is less than 30% use dating apps. The dating is so down. In China, women over 28 are called leftover and told not to marry. My parents told me the same. You married too late, she said. And her marriage didn't work out. And she said, very brutal, we married too late. With 28. The truth is harsher. If you are a man earning below average, you have almost no chance to marry today. Women marry later, and the later they marry, the harder it is to adapt to partnership. Men have given up. They don't even try anymore. And now comes the next thing. The women want a guy who earns big money. And if they don't find them, prostitution. Brutal prostitution. The income is today too less for the young people, and we see it everywhere. They're working very hard, no money, no marriage. But prostitution gives us more money. Okay. In Korea, it's okay. It's so worse, and now it comes to the USA. In China, it is already there, so and so. The birth rate crisis and the pension bomb. In South Korea, the fertility rate is 0.47 children per woman. This means a half kid per every woman. That is the lowest in human history. Who will pay for the pension? Who will work, build and innovate? The West is not far behind. Then, depression, obesity, and suicide. Oh. The young generation has never been more depressed, never been more suicidal. Why the suicide? Never been more obese. Oh. Industrial food is designed to addict. Social media is designed to depress. The result is a population that is sick, sad, and scrolling. The society is destroyed through big money. The Titanic is sinking, and we are scrolling. VB3 is looms on the horizon. Some say already it has happened. The problem with a closed Strait of Hormuz, could explode any day. This means no fertilizer. It will kill millions of people. 30% of the fertilizers are coming from that. And then the oil price will explode. And the big money. The oil company in the USA will profit from that. No? Oh. Global debt is at a record height. Oh. And we are still scrolling, hoping for more likes, more retweets, more validation. The Titanic is sinking and we are rearranging the deck chairs on our phones. Okay. How I wrote this blog, and I let my subconsciousness work on the problems while I did other things. I looked at the problem, walked away and came back when the solution had formed. This is not laziness, this is how the brain creates breakthroughs. I needed several days, absorbed all the information I got in the meantime. And then I could see the big picture. They say deep thinking is dead, but I once told my boss, give me a shower, I give you the solution. I walked away from the desk, I let my mind wander, and when I came back, the answer was there. Fully formed. I've done it with an assembler program. Normal case you need 3 weeks. I've done it in 2 hours. And guess, you can do the same thing. I feed my subconsciousness and wait. And if the solution is there, I've done it with all my books. I write them just down. In noisy train station, everywhere. Because my subconsciousness had done the work already. Okay. I didn't work harder. I worked smarter. Deep thinking is not dead. It is just being drawn out by the noise. We have to reclaim it. And with this distraction, you cannot feed your subconsciousness. You don't feed the subconsciousness with distraction. You rest, you rest, you rest, and then the solution is there. Bingo. They were out. There is no government program that will save us. No app, no pill, no new law. The only way out is inward. We must relearn what we have forgotten. How to sit in silence. Yes, that is my trick. How to read a book without checking our phones. This is impossible. And all the successful people around the world say the same thing. Put your smartphone away. Don't go up with your smartphone. Don't check it in the morning. Only once in the night. Every day. And this for 10-15 minutes, okay? How to have a conversation without interruption. How to ask a question and stay with it until we find an answer. If you have a question, you have already the answer. You have just to wait. But with distraction, you don't get anything. With resting, everything. It will be painful, it will be boring, it will be hard. But so is digging a deep hole in the desert until you find water. Final thought, I'm not smarter than you, I'm not wiser, but I've decided to stay with the question longer. And even I didn't have read the Einstein quote before. I've read it just 1 year ago. Will you? I've done it my entire life through. I didn't change anything. Thank you that I could speak about this, and bye.